Welcome to the One Pride Podcast. So we took all things Detroit Lions news and rumors, and we have a really good and fun time doing so because that's what we do, folks. And we are here with my guy from Anthony Roar, Lions UK. What's going on, man?
Hey, Mike, I'm doing good, thanks. Looking forward to game number 2. Still hyped off that Chiefs game, and it's just so nice to support a great team for a change. You're just happy and smiling all the time.
Absolutely. It's so nice to have a winning football team, and you're going to notice some changes on my channel. Chat Sports is going to all identical, so now we are pretty much everything is one channel, so it's really nice. And that's what it's all about here. And Mitchell Wrench just hit me up while I was talking to you. But I'll get to him in a little bit here. We got Dork in the building. We got D-Money, Chrome, Josh Jackson, Gavin McGee, 9 Drinks, all in here. Appreciate you guys coming in here. We're going to get into Detroit Lions and Seattle Seahawks injury report that we know of. Currently it's going to obviously switch throughout the day and obviously until the game gets there. And we'll give our thoughts on that. But we do have some updates from some injury front. And their starting left tackle, right tackle for the Seattle Seahawks has been placed in IR. Left tackle is out. Ant-Man, it's not looking good for Seattle Seahawks offensive line.
No, obviously this is a really big blow for them. You can't lose 2 guys in a week. It's like us losing Taylor and Penny. It's very hard to get back from that. So you've had to bring in guys. I know they've been snapping up guys off practice squads. They've got a little bit of depth there. They brought in Jason Peters. But no, it's ideally not what you want. These are 2 young guys. They look really good, actually, their first year there. And you don't like to see these guys get hurt. So you want to see good football players. So it's a shame for them, but it makes their life a lot harder this weekend.
Yeah, and when you're going against the likes of Aidan Hutchinson, Charles Harris, whom did a fantastic job, the best they could do is to control Patrick Mahomes. You can guarantee. I mean, and literally their offensive line was false starting 40% or like 40 snaps over there for the Kansas City Chiefs. You can guarantee they're licking their chops right now. They got drool coming down the side of their face because those guys want to sack the quarterback. Same with James Houston. It's going to be really fun. If you guys are going to the game, let me know. Let the comment section know. I know a lot of people are going. I'm still contemplating if I'm going or not. There is a suite with my name on it, but at the same time, I could be at home and making money. So it's just one of those things we'll figure out when the time gets there, but I know I'm super excited for this game. When you look at the X Factor, Ant-Man, what is X Factors that everybody should pay attention to, for the Seattle Seahawks?
I mean, their X Factor this week's going to be the coach. Pete Carroll, he has had our number that long now that he's probably got several different iterations of our phone number in his book now. We've struggled against them, and every time that we play them, he finds a way to exploit us. I mean, this time last year, we were talking about an offensive line which had 2 brand new rookies at tackle, like brand new. That very rarely happens for teams where they're starting 2 rookies at tackle. They had a bad interior, and we're like, yeah, we're going to get after these guys. And what did they do? They ran the ball down our throats, put it in short yardage situations for Geno. He was able to get it out the hands quick. He was touched less than the Virgin Mary in that game. We got 0 sacks. We got 0 sacks. We got no quarterback hits, barely. It was a case of they schemed against us incredibly well. And, we couldn't get any pressure against him. So this time, he's not going to sit there and let Geno take a beating, like he's in Mankind in Hell in a Cell. He is going to run the ball. He's going to get the ball out quick. You can still do your screens. You can still do your quick slants, kind of like Pittsburgh did in the last few years with Big Ben. Get it out so he can't get hit. They have the personnel to do it. So, Pete's going to be the X factor this week. He just seems to have a way against us. And for that reason alone, I'm not taking anything for granted in this game. He will find a way to get them prepared because they're just coming off an ass kicking as well, which doesn't help.
Ant-Man made a statement there, and I can't even think what else he said. It was so. God dang it. You destroyed my face with that comment. Oh, man, I was not expecting that. It's one of those things there. Jeez, you killed me right there. Ant-Man with jokes. If you like crazy jokes that come out of nowhere, then you need to go subscribe to Roar to Lions UK. He killed me. That one was unexpected. For me, it's DK Metcalf. Can the Detroit Lions slow down DK Metcalf? Can they not let him destroy us like they did last year? Such a big and physical wide receiver. We need to bully him instead of him bully us. If we can contain him, the Lions should have a real legit shot to massacre in this game. Not just win, but legitimately massacre. You got Tyler Lockett still in concussion protocol from the last that I've heard. I haven't heard anything yet. And then you got Jackson Smith and Jigma, the rookie, who didn't do a whole lot of anything from there. And that's their big targets. And then, of course, you got Geno Smith, their quarterback, who kind of reverted back to the New York Jets Geno Smith last week. We don't know who's going to show up here. He's not Patrick Mahomes, but he is mobile, and I think the Detroit Lions will, they got to contain him. And if they can do what they did to Patrick Mahomes to Geno, I don't think it should be much of an issue. When you look at their defense, what do you see that could be a problem for our Detroit Lions?
Well, I mean, it all depends on the status of Taylor Decker, really, doesn't it? I mean, the O-line being fully healthy is absolutely critical for us, because if Matt Nelson comes in, then all of a sudden there's a very big bullseye on that side of the line. You start to overload that and you go after us, because, I mean, they've got speed guys on there. You look at Boy Maffei. I know he's questionable at the minute, but you've got a ton of speed who you can use to exploit these slower guys there. You've got good linebackers who they use to come up and blitz. But it's the secondary is the big one. They've got a lot of talent in there. I know Jamal Adams is out at the minute, but you've got Quandre in there. You've got Tariq Woolen. Devon might be back this week, which is going to be a problem. So you've got to start putting yourself into situations where you don't have to throw on that secondary too much. You can run the ball successfully. You can, keep it in Goff's wheelhouse, not go after some of these guys, then that'll be it. But the secondary is a cause for concern, and whoever they're lining up against Nelson, if he's at right tackle, is a concern as well.
How should the Detroit Lions offense, specifically the wide receivers, be able to win their matchups in this game? We've seen a little bit of struggle. There's been concern about the Lions wide receivers. I don't think you're too concerned about the running game, because I'm not. I'm not concerned about the tight ends for the Lions or the offensive line. Jared Goff, I'm fine with. But what can the wide receivers do in this game? St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond. Maybe they'll get Antoine Green in the mix. I don't know on that one. We'll see with Marvin Jones Jr. But what can these guys do to win their matchups against this secondary?
I mean, you've just got to be good with your fundamentals here. Run clean routes, win your matchups on the line of scrimmage. We know where these guys can do it. The great thing about this team, everyone bitches that we don't have like a wide receiver one or so. But then what that means, what we have is we have a whole host of guys who can beat you when you place him one-on-one. It doesn't matter if there's extra coverage on another guy. Look at Reynolds against the Chiefs. No one was really looking at Josh Reynolds for that game to do anything. Yet he comes out with, 4 receptions, 80 yards, because he's one-on-one, he's winning his matchups, he's making himself available down the field, giving Goff an out there while the other guys are doing their work as well. That's what I love about this wide receiver core. There's just so many different types of guys in there, and you can't really focus on one, because if you take your focus on one of them, like Leaf, if you take your focus off him, he'll hit you downfield. Reynolds, if you take your focus off him, he'll hit you in the middle of the field. The same with Amon-Ra. We've got a plethora of targets in there. You put the tight ends in as well, Laporta, Mitchell. It's kind of a pick your poison thing. One of those guys is always going to win and make themselves available for Goff. So that's what you've got to do. Just be crisp and clean with your technique. Run the plays well, which they did incredibly well in the first. The execution was amazing. You've seen all the breakdown from these plays, how the receivers were blocking, they were running the routes, getting guys open. You've just got to do that again. Just don't diverge away from that, and your quarterback will find you.
You know what can find you? My channel, if you subscribe to it. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. I think we're about 25 away from 38,900. Crazy. I'd love to hit to 39,000 before the game. on Sunday. So go ahead and subscribe to that channel so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our beloved Detroit Lions. Also, hit that like button. We got 94 in the building with only 22 likes, so make sure you go ahead and do that. So when we get into this game, for me, for the Lions offense, my X factor is Jahmyr Gibbs. I think they got to use him more. I think he's got to get more than, 8 snaps. I would like to see at least 15, 16 snaps in there. Let this guy be open and free to roam the field. He is one play away from a big play, from game-changing play, and I would love to see him take one to the house. I think he can do that. He's good at breaking tackles. He's got the speed for it, the long speed and short burst. Put him on the field. I think it's a mismatch. I know they got some pretty good linebackers over there, but I still think it's a major mismatch for the Lions. How do you think Ben Johnson should go ahead and approach this? Do you think that he should do a little more David Montgomery? Do you think you want to see some more Jahmyr Gibbs? What do you think?
See, the one thing I trust about this team, like more than anything, is how they, game time their rookies, how they bring them in. You look just bit by bit, the snap counts, sometimes they start low with guys. They will just bring them up a little bit more by a little bit more with these guys. They give them the action that, they're required for. And I liked Gibbs' usage in game one. I know people said more, but it was like lesser snaps, but he was very effective because they utilized him properly on those snaps. So obviously I'd like to see him a little more, but, there's so many guys now who've sort of come into this team. Aleem, when he started his career, they worked him in very slowly. I mean, Rodrigo, they felt he could go in there and take a big snap count right away. He did. You look at kind of all of our draft picks in the last few years and how they've been integrated into the team. Some fast, some slow. All these guys are progressing. They're performing really well. So, I trust if they don't feel it's time for more snaps yet, I trust them because across the board, they've got it right with just about everybody. But I would like to see him a little bit more this week. But Monty will be good in this game because we know what the Seahawks are. They're all uber physical, aggressive. You look at the linebackers, Bobby Wagner, these guys, they're going to hit you hard. And Monty is that sort of old school runner who will go in there. He'll be able to force the missed tackles, keep going, and then you unleash Gibbs sort of at intermittent parts during the game, show them something different. So I like the way they're using them in a minute. I think it's quite effective.
Oh, absolutely. I like the way that they do it as well, folks. Here in about 15 minutes, we're going to do the mailbag segment. This is what it's going to look like. So if you want to get your questions answered, you go ahead and put hashtag in the comment section. That's how I see it. Again, in about 15 minutes. So this is what it looks like, and that is how we will get this thing going for you to look pretty neato. So as we continue on here, let's start, dude, predictions. We'll do some offensive predictions, some defensive predictions, and then we'll do game time prediction here. On offense, I got Jared Goff passing for 320 yards. I'm going to go 3 touchdowns in here, and that's what I think he can pull off. For the run game, I don't know exactly how many yards each player will get, but I'll say 120 rushing yards, and the running backs will be involved in the pass game. What about you?
I mean, I think we're going to run the ball a lot more in this one. I mean, against this team, you want to see it. The Rams, I know the Rams passed all over for them, but their run game's really kind of bad, and you've got a high-level QB there to be able to do the work for you. I'd like to see us go after this weakened D-line. I don't think it's very strong in the interior, really, outside of Jaron Reed. Instead, if you can push holes in there, get your playmakers in, I fancy them against the linebackers to have success and go in. So I think we could run for sort of 150 to 200 yards on them. I'm going to make a prediction that we're going to do quite big. I don't know how it's going to be split out, but I think you can go for 150, 200 against them here. And then Goff through the air. I would imagine similar to the Chiefs, about 250, something like that. I think we'll get a good amount of offense in on them here. So yeah, about 250-ish for Goff. I'd say about upper hundreds towards the 200s on the ground.
That's some big numbers right there. Now, if we can rush for that, it's pretty much a win. I mean, that's some big-time rushing numbers. For defense, I think that the Detroit Lions can get 5 sacks in this game. I'm going to get Hutchinson 2.5 sacks, and the rest could be to Houston, Charles Harris, and whomever. I think that would be a good spot for them. Who wins the game, folks, in the comment section? Put L for Lions, or go ahead and put S for Seahawks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And while you guys are doing that, take a listen to the sponsor of the stream. If you don't like overpaying for sports, you need to get Game Time. Game Time has killer deals for last-minute tickets and the lowest prices guaranteed, so you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for fun you will have. It is easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area. Whether that is sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever, with their lowest prices guaranteed, it is the Game Time guaranteed, which means you will always get the best prices. If you find tickets in the same section in a row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And then in the middle screenshot, by the way, I think is a fantastic feature of this app. It shows you where your seat is. And if you move your phone left to right, you can see the surrounding area, kind of like a 3D live photo. So download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LIONSCHAT, get $20 off your very first purchase. You can go to the redeem code section, plug in LIONSCHAT, and sign up with an email. It's that simple. Terms apply. Create an account. Redeem code LIONSCHAT for $20 off. The link is in the comment section and description of this video. If you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure you're using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. So everybody in the chat right now, Ant-Man is going with the Lions here. Defensive stats, how many sacks do you think that these guys are going to get?
I think we're maybe going to get about 3. I know that's low, but I think, as I say, they're going to come in with a game plan here. I think they're going to try and run the ball. You've got a great 1-2 punch with Walker and Charbonnet. And then when they're not, I think you're going to see a lot of the screen passes, quick slants. Like I said, with the likes of, Charbonnet did a lot of that at UCLA, the quick passes out there. He can be very damaging with it. And their receivers are physical with the blocking, the tight ends are. It's the sort of thing they'll do. So I don't know whether they'll have a lot of time to get at him. So I think about 3. But that's not saying out against our pass rush. It's just the way they're going to play. They're going to change their entire offense up, I think, with those tackles out. Because you've kind of got to. If you leave Smith back down there dropping out, he's going to get killed. And they won't want that to happen.
How many sacks do you guys think the Lions will get? I see 3 sacks by Charles, 4 sacks by Martell, 4 sacks by Brendan, 5 by Vaughn, 2 interceptions by Charles Anderson. Hawks have our number. Ernie, that's what he's saying, is Hawks have our number, and they've beaten us the last 2 times. Let's see. Vaughn says the Lions to win. Okay. So how many interceptions? I'm going to go with 3. I know it's a bold prediction, and I guess we can do bold predictions really quick. But my bold prediction is the Lions get 3 turnovers in this game. I know that's extremely difficult, but man, watching last week and C.J. Gardner had his hands on a couple, and we already had 1 interception. I think the Lions can do it. I think these guys are turnover machines. What do you have for a bold prediction in this game?
I think we'll force 3 fumbles. The way our guys play, I think we're going to be turnover machines when it comes to hitting the ball out. They've put great emphasis on that there. I'm not sure they'll get any interceptions because, again, I don't think they're going to try and put the ball in harm's way because they know what our secondary's like now. So in the run game, hit hard, get the ball out. I think my hot take is they'll get 3 forced fumbles.
3 forced fumbles. That's an extremely hot take. I like that. 3 forced fumbles would be amazing. That is called a turnover machine right there. It's going to be difficult. One of their best offensive linemen, Evan Brown, right now. We got Adam Baydoun in the building, the Adam Baydoun Show. If you're watching this live and or after the fact, I want everybody to subscribe to the Adam Baydoun Show. Adam Baydoun is awesome. His show is fire. He does that every day, dropping videos. I want to get this guy to 10,000 before halfway through the season. 10,000 subscribers, well-deserved. A lot of hard work over there. Subscribe to the Adam Baydoun Show, and I'll try to put it in the comment section, his link to his channel. in the end of this stream so you all can see that. A good friend of mine, and we'll get him on the podcast here for sure. And so Adam can talk about his thoughts on our beloved Detroit Lions. That's awesome. Okay, let's do scores here. Ant-Man, scores. What is your score prediction for this game and why?
I've got us winning 30-21. I'm quite confident here because, again, we have the trench matchup, which we look for. They are going to try and get inventive, but I feel like it's going to hinder them as well. They will resort to, I think they'll get garbage time points trying to chase the game, and we sit off a little bit. I think we'll have quite a dominating lead in this one, but, I believe in this team now. Like I said, they are our bogey team. 5 times in a row beaten. They've dropped nearly 100 on us in the last 2, but this team is breaking all these hoodoos and all these curses and stuff like that. And when you've got the trench advantage that we have in this game, you're going to have the crowd behind you. It's going to be impossible for them to do cadence. They're going to have to do silent count. It will disrupt the flow of what they try and do against us. So I'm wary about Pete Carroll and what he can do, but I'm also now very confident in this team to overcome stuff like that. And stuff in the past would have worried me, but yeah, 30-21, and a lot of their points will be garbage time points.
When I look at this team, I think the Detroit Lions are going to do what they did to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2011. It was a buzzsaw. The Detroit Lions just destroyed that football team. That was week 2 as well. I think the Lions are going to come into this game. It's going to be extremely loud. I don't know if it'll ever have been this loud at Ford Field. You can bet that the fans are going to be drunk off alcohol, liquor, and Honolulu Blue and Kool-Aid. I think you're going to see some ski masks up in there. It's going to be a bunch of villains. It's going to be really loud. And considering the factor potentially of their 2 main starters, that's Seattle Seahawks, missing this game with the left and right tackle, the really big positions there. And you already have a really dominant pass rush in Aidan Hutchinson. Oh, my goodness. I think it's going to wreak havoc. I got the Detroit Lions winning 30-17. Again, I think this is going to be a buzzsaw. It's going to be bloody for the Seattle Seahawks. And the Lions are going to show extreme dominance in this game. They're going to show that they're good offensively, and they're going to show that they're very good defensively. And we won in Kansas City last week, but I think it's going to be even an impressive win here. They'll talk about it, and you're going to see teams like the Minnesota Vikings and Green Bay Packers fans and the Chicago fans be a little bit worried now as the Lions are going to be 2-0 in this game. And hopefully, the rest of the NFC North loses at that point. Then we could be the lone wolf here in the NFC North and start our division, run as we take on the rest of the teams in the NFC North. That's what I really like to see, and that's what I think is going to happen. So in the comment section, put your score predictions in there. I'll read it off. We got Adam Baydoun. He says 30-24 Detroit. We got Lions Gangster 34-17. 28-17 Lions. We got 37-14 Lions from Dan M. Man, I want Mosley healthy. He's going to take a little bit of time, but he is going to get healthy, folks, so you don't have to worry about it. And thankfully right now we got a guy in Jerry Jacobs that can hold that spot down for sure. And he did a pretty good job last week. Folks, if you got questions, we have some answers. So go ahead and put hashtag Lions, hashtag FSS Seattle Seahawks, hashtag F the Packers, whatever you want. It's so my eyes can see it. And then your question will be put on here and featured in a video for Saturday. So let's get these questions rolling. I'm curious to see what the fans got going on in their head. I love it. Let's see. It says, Mike, it's going to be historically loud. When will we see Mosley? Okay. I'll say week 4. I'll go week 4 is when Mosley comes back. He didn't practice on Tuesday. I think they're going to slow walk him in here. I say week 4. What do you think?
Yeah, I think something similar. I don't think there's any need to rush him in right now. I think Jerry's doing just fine. They're holding the spots down. Just let him recover properly. Let him learn the scheme properly first. Week 4 will be fine.
You should be there, Mike. It's going to be historically loud from LM. I definitely am thinking about it 100%. I have an opportunity, absolutely, but it is also a missed opportunity to make a lot of money on Sunday, and Sundays is the big day for at least for doing on a YouTube channel. So let's see here. We'll see. I really want to do it. Martell Melton, hashtag, will Bugs be in the lineup this game? I have heard nothing on Bugs except for he was back at practice. That's all I heard about this one. I'm going to go with, I'm taking a guess here, so I don't know. There's no insider. I'm not an insider. I don't know any of this. I'm going to say no. What do you think?
I would expect Bugs and Martin to be in for this one.
Okay.
Because you've got a terrific downhill runner here, and the key to this game is stopping them run. If you stop the run, they can't do all the quick slants, the screen passes, all the stuff to get it out of Geno's hands. You've got to give him time to throw it past the sticks. That's when we can take advantage. So I would expect them to load up on heavies in the interior this time, and we might lose. Yeah, I would take Benito out. I love Benito, but I don't think this is a game for him. I think this is Benito and Broderick's day.
Folks, if I missed your question, just repost it in the comment section. I'm not being a prick. It's because I've missed it, and I'm seeing them already going down on my queue here. Does Goff keep his no-interception streak going this weekend? Absolutely he does. He keeps it going this weekend, and not this weekend, but the following weekend, he becomes the longest streak in NFL history with no interceptions. Because I think he's 41 away from Tom Brady, or is it like 39 away from another. So he's very close to being number one. I say he keeps it up. He does not turn the football over. What do you got, Ant-Man?
I hope so. I hate things like this because I remember when Brady did it last year and he got his mark, people were saying, oh, he's in so many of the thing, and bang, he threw a pick. And it's just like, no, I want him to get there and get it done. But this is a very talented secondary with a lot of good guys in it. So if he gets through this week, he's breaking the record for sure. But I hope he does.
We got a $4.99 super chat from Riddy Music. I've destroyed your name, and you are an absolute real one. Thank you so much for that super chat. He says, rooting for you guys. Detroit has a very physical, efficient football team on both sides of the ball. 49ers fan. Well, I tell you what, if you're a 49ers fan, your team is amazing. I think that we potentially could see each other this year in the NFC Championship game. Wouldn't that be fire? I think of all the teams, you got the 49ers, Cowboys, Eagles, and Lions. I think they're the top four teams, and you could probably put San Francisco at number one. That's just how physical they played. What do you think? Do you think that we potentially could see San Francisco in the championship game?
God, I think the world might explode if our two lots of trenches came together. I mean, our O-line against their D-line, our D-line against their O-line, like, something would explode. They are very powerful, and, they're the poster child for every team in the league for how to build your trenches into complete and utter dominating force. If you're getting compliments from their fans, it's like you're doing something right with them. Good God, it would be a matchup for the ages, those trenches against one another. So I would love to see that. That would be an all-time ass-kicking NFC Championship game. It would be amazing.
Ronald Barnes, hashtag Lions. Are they really going to remove pitch count off of Gibbs to at least 15 to 20 touches? I think they're going to give him more touches. He didn't have that many last week. So it's going to be added quite a bit more. I don't know how much. They may slow walk it a little bit, but I would like to see at least double the amount that he had. What do you think there, Ant-Man?
I mean, again, I'm quite happy to trust them with this. Even if for a little while we use him as like a special weapon almost, I don't mind that. The way we deployed him against the Chiefs, they were scared when he was on the field. And, you're having to look for him. Where is he? Is he on? Is he off? It's all to do within the head as well using him. So I think he might get more, but I don't think we'll see full loads just yet. But again, I'm completely fine with that. Deploy your secret weapon when you need him. He'll do the most damage that way.
Hashtag Mike, if you don't go to the game, let me borrow your suite. I need a beer and a free pretzel. Well, it'd probably get sent to one of Herm's friends. That's what I would assume. But no doubt, like if I could, I would. I'd let you take it. I could care less. Smash that like button, Grandizer. Thank you so much for promoting the channel and what we do here. For sure, we got 59 likes. Let's get to 75 likes. We do get to 100, and we will do an ultra combo. That's what we love to do.
Oh my God! Combo breaker!
So go ahead and smash that like button. Again, if you got questions, I'm sure I have missed it. I'm going to go through the queue and to see the ones that I missed. Here's one right here. I missed Mr. Big Chug. Will we target Raymond deep this week? I need a deep threat. I hope so. I'm with you. They need to utilize him in his deep routes. He's very good at route run. He's very fast. He can catch. We know it. I'm with you 100%. I want to see it. What about you, Ant-Man?
I mean, I'd like to see it, but after last week, I think, Reynolds would be the one who's earned the touches if you're going to sort of aim downfield at him. I mean, he was going at 20 yards per catch, a lot of yak afterwards as well. So I would like to see Raymond in, but I would also like to see them use Reynolds a lot as well. I would say he did it week 1. He gets the touches this time and just ride the hot hand with these guys. He had a really good game.
Big question here. Do you think Taylor Decker will play? I'm going to say yes. He does play. He's a veteran. I'm not worried about him missing time. And I haven't heard anything concerned. Really, like when I was listening to Dan Campbell talk, he didn't seem too concerned about it. What do you think, Ant-Man?
I hope to God he does. I mean, if the price is sacrificing a goat to Satan, I'll do it quite happily. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Matt Nelson near the field. So I'm just gonna pray above all, God, that we can get it done. Hell, I might even put Corby out there on a game like that. I'll put Sorsdal out there. If we go run the ball down their throat, he's the tackle you want to run the ball.
Folks, you need to subscribe to Anthony from Roar Lions.
Sorry,
okay, this guy's going biblical today. He dropped the Mary one, and now he's dropping the devil one. If you like some funny jokes that come out of the blue, and you don't expect it, then you need to subscribe to Roar Lions UK because he's on fire today. Legitimate fire. You're killing me with these jokes. I absolutely love it. Hashtag one pride. Will Gibbs be the number 1 by season's end? I'm gonna say it's not running back. No, on the field more. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I still think David Montgomery is gonna be the number 1 running back, but Jahmyr Gibbs is gonna be on the field. Like it's a different. What do you got, Ant-Man?
I'm with you, Mike. You'll play him a lot in the slot. You'll move him around. You'll use 2 running backs. But Monty, we've brought in to be number 1 guy, and I really liked him. What he did week 1. He got the hard yards, got the touchdown. This is why we got both of them. They both have starter upside, major snap upside. But the great thing about that is you can rotate them and keep them effective. So he'll be a full-time member of this team on the field by the end. But yeah, not as running back one.
Question from Grandizer. He doesn't do a lot of questions, so I had to jump on this one. Mike Kimber and Ant-Man. Which 3-player positional matchups that you will be watching closely versus Seattle Seahawks? Seattle's offensive line versus Detroit Lions defensive line because they're out 2 starters. That will determine how this game is going to go, in my opinion. That is the biggest matchup I think all of us will be watching for. Watch how that one goes. DK Metcalf and how Aaron Glenn defends him. I think that's really, really important. DK hurt us last year. If we can negate some of that pain, that would be great. And how do they kind of cover and not let Geno Smith run around and use his legs defensively with the linebackers and such? What do you got?
So our receivers versus their secondary, I think that's big because they got a lot of talented guys in there, certainly maybe more depth than the Chiefs had. So that's going to be huge because we're going to need Goff to be able to get it downfield, get the ball moving. So that's huge for us. Our tight ends on their linebackers, I think there's an exploitation there to be had. Again, sort of our offense and how we're going to exploit them going forward. And then, the big one is our D-line on whatever they trot out at offensive line. It has to stop our run game. That's the big one. Our interior, can our interior hold up against the run? That's probably the biggest. And then, like I say, receivers, secondary, our tight ends, their linebackers.
What do you think this week trick play will be? Every game there is at least one off-the-wall play. I don't think it's going to be an insane trick play going for it on 4th down. I don't think they're going to do a fake punt in this game. But they'll go for it on 4th down. Maybe it'll be in the end zone. Maybe it's like 4th and goal at the 1. And then they'll decide to go for it instead of go for a field goal. Do you think that they'll do a trick play this game Sunday?
Flea flicker.
Flea flicker. Okay.
I'm thinking we'll see a flea flicker or something along those lines. We've not I mean, it's one game, but we've not really utilized the trick pass as much yet. So I think we're going to do the razzle dazzle in the passing game. That's one way you can get past their secondary is by the flea flicker.
Any news on Decker? He didn't practice yesterday. That's the only news that we got. Our head coach, Dan Campbell, said he's not worried about it, and we'll see. Mosley, he'll probably be out for a couple more games. I don't know anything, but I would say probably by week 4. That's what I'm going to go in. Let's see both those questions coming in here. Let's see. Seahawks will win 17-34. I'll be back once the game is over to see what you Lions fans have to say. Remember me, go Hawks. Like, if you beat us 34-17, you will be coming back and you'll see us very angry. Very, very angry. Very upset. That's what will happen. With that said, we heard nothing but trash talk from Kansas City fans saying that it's going to be easy win. The Lions are a bye week. They don't even think about us. We're a joke. And they did this all week. And then all I did was sit back. I said, okay, I'll see you after the game is over. I let them talk. They talked. They don't talk no more. So I'm just to say the same thing. I think the Lions going to win. But, hey, look, if you guys win, I'll definitely be talking how pissed I am. And sure is Roar the Lions UK. Okay, because you got to win the ones that you're at home. You got to win the one that you're favored to win. Good teams beat teams that you're favored to win. That's just what they do, and they better do that. If your team wins, trust me, I will be pissed off and giving praise to your team. Let's see here. Nah, y'all didn't trade him, bro. He signed with us in the offseason. Oh, don't know he's talking to somebody else. Sorry, I thought that was to me. Let's see. Any more questions? Just go ahead and throw it in the comment section. It's hard to find. Going biblical today. That's what Ant-Man is doing. Absolutely biblical. Absolutely. He says, can't underestimate Pete Carroll and the Seahawks. If the Lions don't go into this game with the mentality that they did the Chiefs, I think they'll lose. They are going to go into the mentality. This is not a team that looks past any football team. We as fans may, but I can guarantee you that the players and the coaching staff does not. Ant-Man.
Yeah, this is what gives me the most confidence. Because I said this. You said who's their MVP. I said Pete Carroll's their MVP because he is the guy who can scheme his way out of this one. But, you know, at the same time, these first 5 games, a lot of them against good teams, revenge games, whatever. This is a revenge game, what they did to us last year. This team has a chip on their shoulder, but they are knocking back all these negative connotations about the team. Oh, we can't go to Lambeau and win when there's nothing on the line. Yes, we can. Oh, we can't go and beat the Chiefs week 1 because they're the Chiefs. Yes, we can. Oh, we can't be favourites for the NFC North. Yes, we can. You know, all these preconceived notions, you know, that we can't do this are going out the window. And this is one of them. People will expect us to balls it up against the Chiefs. People will expect the Chiefs to find a way to win. But we've got the talent now and we've got the attitude. They are not looking past Seattle at all. Dan has said himself, they want this one more than anything. So that is what makes me believe that we've just got the edge over them this time because this team is not going to take it lightly. It's not going to look past them. It's going to go out there and absolutely kick their ass and make sure they stay down.
Yeah, this is a team with the underdog mentality. They're not confident, overly confident to where they think they're the best team in the world and they can just roll over anybody. No, they're coming in there with a chip on their shoulder. CJ Gardner-Johnson with the ski mask. You see a lot of ski masks. That's how they feel like they're the villains. They feel like they're the underdogs. They feel like they're the ones that have been disrespected. And that's the way they're going to play. And I absolutely love it. I don't want them getting all that feeling themselves. I mean, we've been praised all offseason. And so everybody was like, will they actually do any good in Kansas City? Could they actually live up to the praise? You know, there's some people saying we'll get blown out. No, we actually won a game. So they're not feeling themselves, okay? So that is a really good thing. We as fans, you as fans, we as content creators, we can feel ourselves because we are not in the room. So we can do it. They're not doing it. Do you think there will be many flags in this game? I hope not. I can't stand flags. It slows the game down. It's annoying. The Lions did really good last week, I thought, with flags, and I thought the referees did a terrible job over there with flags. I didn't see how many flags that the Seattle Seahawks got, so if you're a Seahawks fan in the comment section, let me know if you guys got flagged a lot. But I am rooting for a non-flag day. I can't stand it. It just slows the game down. It's annoying. It adds like another half hour to the game, I feel like, hey, man.
So the crew we've drawn flew through 17 flags last week alone.
God dang it.
Yeah. They threw 17 in 1 week. However, our crew last week should have thrown about 50 because of Jawan Taylor. So if this is them penalising their tackle all day for lining up as a slot receiver, then I don't care. But yeah, these are very flag happy, the ones we've drawn. So beyond your best behaviour. Yeah.
I do the comparison. How are they so slow in the NFL, and in college they're much faster? So hopefully we don't get no 17 flag. That would result in a long game that nobody wants to watch. That it's not fun. Let's see. What is it like? That's what I like about Detroit. You guys humble but excited and confident. Yeah, 100%. Look, that's how they are. That's how their mentality is. We have sucked for a very long time. We have been the bottom of the dumpster in the back of the bus for decades. So they're not coming in there thinking, oh, we're the chosen ones. I can guarantee you that's not the case. So humble, confident, and are going to fight and scrap for every single down. Any news on Isaiah Buggs? No, except for he did practice. That is it. We don't know who's in, who's out, none of that stuff as of yet. Maybe more information comes out about 4 p.m. today. We'll see. So, start looking around 4 p.m. Maybe we'll get some information on that. 18 more likes to 100. Absolutely. We're now 14 likes away. Smash that like button. We will go ahead and get to 100 likes. If you got a question, put it in the comment section, folks. Hey, Mike, what is your favorite current player on the team to watch? I got my favorite player now. I can't help it. CJ Gardner-Johnson. This dude is my favorite player now. Come out with the ski mask. And anybody, I know what Matt Derry is saying. He's like, I don't like that type of stuff. I love it. I love the edge. I love the bad guy. I love the villain. I want to come out there and be a terror. Remember when the Oakland Raiders, you go to their fans back when Oakland, they're obviously the Las Vegas Raiders now, but you go to Oakland and it's like, dang, man, like you don't want to go there. Those fans look like they're going to cut your head off. That's what I want here in Detroit. I want a different feel. I'm not the nice guy. I don't want to be the nice guy. I want to be the bad guy. That's what I want to see. What about you, man? Who's your favorite player and why?
You see, I've always been a DT guy, Mike. I love my defensive tackles. Aleem is my guy ever since I was watching him at NC State years ago. I love to watch him play the game. I'm liking seeing the transition in his game this year. I know it's not flashy, but I've just discovered that I love watching D-line play. So Aleem's my guy. He always is.
Well, I tell you what, if you like inspiration, he's inspirational right now. That's like literally his career was on the line, and he busted through adversity. Why isn't DK suspended yet? They probably didn't think it was sufficient enough. I don't even know if he got fined. I couldn't tell you.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't get fined.
It's ridiculous.
So he's a little bit scrappy there, so he didn't get fined, anything of that. 9 more likes to 100. We will go ahead and do a ultra combo when we get there. Let's see. Do you think our veterans and coaches can keep the rookies' mental state grounded? 100%. Like this coaching staff has kept them grounded all off season. We were proclaimed to be the risers. Everybody was talking about Detroit in a positive light. Guess what the rookies did in this past game? They all showed out on the biggest stage to date. Thursday night football, the world watching. All the rookies perform, from Jack Campbell to Jahmyr Gibbs to C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Sam Laporta. So they kept him grounded through that. They'll keep him grounded through this. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You have to look no further than, the first year's draft class. Penei, I mean, he's one of the best offensive tackles in the league already. He's not getting big for his boots. He's not, going out. He's grinding. He's working harder, always trying to improve. You see Aleem mentally grounded, had some decent first 2 years. You see him slimming out, wanting to do. And for mental aspects, I mean, look no further than Levi. I mean, the mental work they've done with him, the ability to keep him mentally sufficient, going through all those injuries, those surgeries, and for him to still have the mentality to come back, prove everybody wrong, and get back on this roster, they keep them grounded. They keep them believing in themselves. They keep them working hard. And these rookies buy into it because they know if they work hard, they get everything they want in this league. And you've got to carry on doing that. So I trust them 100%. We've only lost one draft pick from 3 draft classes. Quinn, he's lucky if one guy makes it through a draft class every 3 years, not the entire lot of them, bar one 7th round running back. Yeah, I trust him implicitly with them.
Here we go, folks. Let's do another one for 100 likes. Thank you guys so much for getting it done. 100 likes. You guys, absolute real ones there. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. D-Money says, y'all really think we're going to beat the 49ers, LOL. I swear I heard. I'm not saying that we're going to beat them. I'm not saying we're going to do that. But any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. I heard the same thing. There's no chance the Lions beat Kansas City Chiefs. No chance in the world that the Lions are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Lions beat the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the National Football League. To go 19-0 or 20-0, it just doesn't happen. Unless you're the Miami Dolphins, the 75 or 4? It just doesn't happen. No team goes undefeated. So, yes, I think that we have an opportunity to. Am I saying we are? No. We have an opportunity? Yes. Any team has an opportunity to win on Sunday. We've seen the Colts last year beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Houston Texans nearly beat them. Okay, the Detroit Lions got beat up by the Carolina Panthers. We got royally smoked. So it's any given Sunday on any day. If it was guaranteed, then no one would care about the National Football League. 1972. There we go, Grandizer. So 1972. So if it was guaranteed, who would care? Who would watch football? It's not guaranteed. That's what makes it fun. It's not. That's what makes it great. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, like you said, any given Sunday, I mean, with this team, like, to beat the 49ers, you are like a proper Super Bowl team. Now, if you're trying to do
they're the best to me to the NFC.
Yeah. If you're trying to do, like, where are we at in terms of talent right now, you're thinking one more year with all these rookies, another year behind them, us maybe having a playoff win momentum. You think, right, that's when you're ready to topple a team like the 49ers and you're ready to go all the way. But the fact is, right now, we have the talent to do it. We have the trenches to battle against them for sure. And we can nullify what they do well. Is it likely? No. But can we? Yeah, we can. But as far as I recall, none of us said we were going to beat them. We said we might see them in the championship game. But
yeah,
like I said, any given Sunday, we have the talent to do it.
What's different about our team now is what we used to be is we're a physical team. We can run the football. And that's why we won a lot last year. We're running the football. We don't turn the football over. If you're a San Francisco fan, think of the Jim Harbaugh time, okay? That's how this team is built. It's the play action, hard-nosed, run the football, and get after the quarterback. All simple school football, not finesse. It's not a finesse football team. So, that's how it goes. Soaring Eagle next week. Every away game, I will be at Soaring Eagle Casino. So if we are away, I am away too at Soaring Eagle with Herman Moore, where we do Hermcast, right? Where we're talking and we're having a good time. If you were there last time, it was fire. Everybody loved Hermcast. He was giving his thoughts on each play, and I was breaking down the play, and it's a good time. So make sure you show up there. Yeah, we hot. It's demon time, Little Lions. Well, good. Little Lions. I've heard everything. You can do better than that, though. Come on, man. Like, if you're going to diss the Detroit Lions, let's do better than Little Lions. I don't know. You can do Simba. You can do some sort of reference to a lion, the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz, something a little bit better. But Little Lion, come on, man. My name used to be Micro Mike. Micro is little, all right? So like little doesn't bother me, all right? I'm a white dude, okay? So just gonna go with right there. Let's see. Got my Lions Nikes in today. Nice. They are fired. That is cool. Make sure you post a picture on social media. See those fire things. Hawks are going to get fed to the Lions. Very, very possible. Like I said, I think that the Detroit Lions do win this game. I got the Lions winning 30-17. And my guy Ant-Man's got the Lions winning what?
30-21.
30-21. So we're talking a fun game for the Lions' perspective. It's going to be loud. God, it's going to be loud at Ford Field. So it's going to be really, really fun. Let's see. Do you think they will allow people to wear ski masks? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I've been to Ford Field multiple times. So the only things that you can't bring in there is like if you have a backpack that's not clear, you have to search it. Generally, do a clear backpack, but you see people wear all sorts of weird stuff. So, yeah, I mean, you can wear a ski mask, and I bet you're going to see a ton of those ski masks. A ton. You're already seeing my guy from the heavyweights over there, Speakeasy, wearing his ski mask, so looking like a G. So, for sure.
Mine's arriving tomorrow.
See? I love it. I think
might do a stream in the ski. You know what? It's nice to have the ski mask instead of paper bags and sad faces and the rest of the NFC North mocking us because we're trash. Yeah. You know, this is a fun new era we're in now. Embrace it. Have some fun. Man. Enjoy this team. Enjoy the players. Screw what everyone else thinks. They're like, well, why are 80,000 people in blue ski masks? Because we're having fun and we enjoy it and we're backing our team. Screw what it's Detroit versus everybody. Screw the rest of them. If they don't like it, they don't like it. I love it. I want us all to do it.
I 100% agree with you, man. I love it. I love the idea of it. I want to look like, want to have some scary looking folks in the stands. I think it's awesome. Mr. Seven says, "Flex, wake up." Okay. Come on, dog.
Oh, come on, man. Get creative with your banter. I do this on Twitter. If you're not going to be creative with your banter, you're not going to get my time. If you're going to be creative, then at least it's fun.
All right, man. We got this. Get creative, and then I'll shout it out right there. But it's almost like all right, it's definitely that. We're going to be doing some Lord. Get that same energy in the post-game show that will be on Lions Nation Unite with Herman Moore. It's going to be fun. We're going to be dropping videos and all sorts of stuff. Ant-Man, where can they find you?
So you can find us at Roar of the Lions UK. We are a group of British Detroit Lions fans. So if you want to come and hear Detroit Lions views and opinions from guys across the pond, maybe a little bit different to those over there, come check us out. We'll be live tonight in about half an hour. Actually, we're doing our Seahawks preview this evening. So if you want to come get a taste, see what it's all about, and subscribe up to us, come see us in about half an hour. Roar of the Lions UK.
Folks, I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. With that said, folks, adios, amigos.